¿Qué onda, gente? Pues hoy estamos con una banda que ya hace mucho tiempo que no, los entrevistábamos y hoy estamos pues con las Cruces, estamos con Yayo Trujillo, con Mark y Dylan y bueno, hoy vamos a hacer una entrevista medio Spanglish porque por ahí me dijeron que Mark y Dylan ah, están trabajando en su español en Duolingo, pero no han hecho la tarea. They haven't done the homework this week, so I think they're a little bit behind the Spanish lessons. But how are you guys doing? How are you doing, Yayo and Mark
Doing
and
good.
Dylan?
Doing good. I'm right here with these Duolingo guys that they're not doing their homework, so they're stuck in. You see? You see what I mean? That's what they're stuck in.
And well, and it looks like Las Cruces is putting some new music. Um, you guys are just released an EP recently, so talk to us
Yeah, we
about the new EP.
we just put out an EP on Halloween, so like 2 weeks ago. Right now we're like in the middle of the like quote unquote like promo tour. So estamos tocando aquí, tocamos en Omaha, en Lincoln, en Des Moines, um, en Kansas. La próxima semana tocamos otra vez en Kansas y luego tocamos en Madison, Wisconsin y en Chicago. Y luego empezamos con The West Coast, que creo que el 14 vamos a tocar para la radio de Claremont.
Okay.
And then from there, we we're supposed to go to Mexico after that. So around like the 15th, we'll be in Mexico. But for sure, the 14th for that program at Claremont. Uh,
And
the radio.
Mark, so how do you like to travel with like Spanish rock band and how's it how does it feel to be hanging out with all these people that, speak another language, but also
Well,
they rock out?
my some of my best friends growing up actually were Mexican, so it's kind of actually kind of been in my life since I was young.
His nanny and his gardener.
No, they're still my friends. Okay, they're still friends. But actually, I had never even been out of the country before I started playing this band, and so I went to Mexico a couple of years ago. I went to Mexico City, got to see. It was awesome. I mean, to put it short, it was amazing. So I've had a lot of opportunity after meeting this guy and him letting me play music with him. So it's been real cool. I'm really grateful, and it's been a great opportunity and a lot of fun.
Are you looking forward to go back to Mexico City with this new EP?
I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. This time going with him, I just they might have another drummer playing with them, which they might be happy about. I don't know. But yeah, I'm unfortunately not going to Mexico this time with them, but hopefully in the future I'll be going. So
So you're the one doing the work and recording, and someone else is gonna have fun on stage for you. Is that
yeah,
what
it's
you're
kind of
trying to
it's kind of
say?
it's kind of it's kind of all over. It's kind of both ways. There's other people that recorded drums on some songs that I haven't and I played them live and vice versa. So it's kind of all over the place in a
And
good way.
Dylan, are you looking forward to the visiting Mexico City and going on tour?
See, I'd love to. I've never been to Mexico City, and I'd love. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it very much. I mean, I went with these guys to Mexico, Los Cabos. I don't
Oh,
know when it
that
was, like about a year ago, but that's the only time I've traveled with them out of the
yeah,
country. So
Mexico City is very unique and people rock out over there. So, um, I hope you get to enjoy some good tacos and rock out on stage with Las Cruces. Uh,
yeah,
and I heard that you guys were just recording just a few minutes ago. So what are you guys all up to right now?
uh, we're working on recording a couple of new songs tonight that are huge, going to be huge,
And
gigantic hits
is it
internationally.
is it gonna be like a power trio, just like drums, guitar, and bass, and screaming,
Uh,
or get the mic, Yayo?
this guy, I'm the star of the show.
It's like a power 101 person. only solo power 1-0. It's
And
not a power trio, it's a power 1-0.
talking about like about Las Cruces and the logistics and just how everyone has fun. Everyone that joins Las Cruces, like they just have fun. Why do you think that's the case, Yayo? What's so cool and unique about Las Cruces that everyone that joins the band has a really good time?
Because it's serious and it's not serious, and we don't give anybody trouble for it. We don't judge anybody in this band. We all have our own things and vices and stuff. So, we're really free with each other. Like, do what you want. Like, we're not like, a lot of bands, they have a lot of like rules or like stigmas or try to, put up front of something. And we're not like that. We're very like just free.
And this new EP, Este Vacío, if you think about it, it sounds very deep, like the title,
Yeah,
super
but it's
deep.
but it's not.
Of course, and I'm like, but it's Yayo, so
Of course not.
of course, So can you explain that? Because I was like, oh, Yayo's going through some deep stuff, like.
And I'm always going through deep stuff. No, it's just that, like I don't know. I've always been a super not fan of like artists that are sad or that want to be sad, or that want to be deep. I hate when I hate lyrics that are like supposed to be really deep and like heartful and very thoughtful. And I've never been into that stuff, so it's always really funny for me to do stuff like that. Like you said, like este vacío. That sounds like if you say it in English, you're like this emptiness. That sounds
Yeah.
very deep and sad. But then again, like if you see the song titles, like one of them is called Camarón, which means shrimp. That has fucking nothing to do with the song. The other song is called Helado de Mierda, shitty
Yeah.
ice cream. That it's just this band has always been like that. And I've always like to like troll people with the song titles. It's like
And
an inside joke for myself, and hopefully one day whoever I wrote that about, like hears it and goes like, oh, that's totally because. But if not, oh well, it's funny to me.
And Dylan, have you guys ever like translated the lyrics of the songs and you're like, this doesn't make any sense in English, like helado de mierda,
Yeah.
like it doesn't make sense at all. And look at Mark.
Yeah.
So
That's what I think of as lyrics. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I've looked at and I can understand a little of the lyrics, and it's not lyrics can still be like sad or whatever, and not be too serious. So I think they're cool.
and Mark,
It's a good thing that drums aren't in Spanish.
but Mark, like it seems like you even have the prompt right there for the song helado de mierda. So when
This
you're
is
like
this
hitting
isn't
the drums.
this isn't a prompt. This isn't a prompt. No, just kidding. we're we're serious about some stuff, all right, and that's not a prompt.
That's what I think of as drumming.
It's so funny because he was just telling me how good of a drummer I was right before we got on the recording, and then we get on here and it's just completely different story. Mentiroso.
And so, Yayo, um, going back to touring and the new stuff, um, are you guys just planning to do West Coast and then Mexico City? How many dates do you guys have in Mexico City?
So right now, there's like it's weird because we always do this. Like we never I never like to book things in advance. I hate doing that. I just hate like when you see a band and then they're like, we have a tour in March, and you're like, what March? And they're like 2027, and it's like 30 dates. I hate seeing that. Like that. Like today there was a band that I really like, and they were like record and tour out in February, and they had all these dates, and I was like, bitch, I want to see you now. What if I die between now and February? Like what if something big happens? What if we get taken over and we're like a crazy dictatorship and we can't do anything? And then I'm gonna be like, man, that sucks. I really wanted to see that band, and I'm always gonna have that in my head that I could have seen that band, but I didn't because they were like, hey, let's do this really cool thing. and put up 50 dates in March, like 6 months from now. You know?
True, but also like don't you think like sometimes like think about the fans, think about like the people that, like they
Man, we
gotta
don't
get
even
at
play in
least like 2 weeks.
we don't even play in like stadiums, so I can't even be like, oh, the show's gonna sell out. You know,
No,
like,
but like
we're gonna play like some DIY spot or like a little club. They could come to that. I'm sure they could sneak in, or we could sneak them in. It's not a big deal, you know.
but you know
Yeah,
what? But we're not at an age where we're like, oh, I don't really have to go to work tomorrow. So
yeah, that's true.
so now you have
Man,
to give a heads up at
I
least
know
two
you need
weeks in
time to get a
advance,
baby. You
you
need time to
know?
get a babysitter, and I
Right.
know,
Or
I
or
know.
or just to come up with a good excuse.
But 2 weeks is enough time, right? 2 weeks is enough time for a babysitter and a
Right.
so
Yeah.
what if you just have explosive diarrhea and you can't go to work?
Well,
You know,
it's right there.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, I don't know. I'm just always like right now, like we have 3 shows booked, but I don't want to post them up till like the 7th. But it's gonna be the 18th, the 19th, 20th. So whoever knows. Right now you guys know.
And
And then we're playing the 14th, that show at for PCSI, whatever that I think it's Pomona or Claremont. It's one of those two stations. Is the DJ there hit us up a few days ago and she was like, I'm gonna play your guys' song. Do you guys want to play here? And I was like, okay, cool. And it's just kind of all tying into this stuff. So we're gonna be done with this. Like for the next 2 weeks, we're just doing a little bit more of the Midwest stuff. Um, and then starting the second week of December, we go to the West Coast. We're still seeing. We had 2 shows booked in September in Portland and Seattle, and they fell through because we got stuck somewhere. So we gotta like. They told me to reschedule them, so I might reschedule them for that. But if not, for sure, it's gonna be like LA, like probably the 13th LA, then the 14th I program, and then just leave to Mexico probably like that week, and we're gonna be in Mexico City for like 2 weeks between like the 14th and the 22nd. We're just gonna be playing. So there's already dates in Puebla, in Morelia, and in Pachuca, and right now they're working on León, Guadalajara, and Monterrey.
well, that's cool. That's Puebla, you know, all the surrounding area around
Yeah,
Mexico City. I think that's great. Well, I hope it goes really well for you guys. You know, DIY band and you know, indie, like the real indie band. So truly appreciate that you guys continue making music, um, and videos. I looked at the videos and you know, who was the producer? Like,
right here, baby. Number one, right here. Like,
that's
uh,
great. Like, so let's talk about Helado de Mierda first.
yeah.
Where did you get those ideas from and just to put them on a video?
Um, it was because I wanted to make us be eating like poop, for the video. That was really funny to me. Watching everybody pretend to eat shit. Uh, I might have some problems mentally. I'm not sure, but
Well, Dylan has something to say for
Al-
sure.
Also, he was inspired by Akira Kurosawa and very and classic Japanese cinema. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know, just like I think seeing people eating that, you know, nowadays with all the, you know, the situation, the political situation in the country and in the world itself, you know, I think that it could definitely make people think, even though it's so hilarious. Uh, you know, I think. Have
We're
you
all
thought
gonna have a
about that?
taste.
yeah, yeah, that's yeah, exactly. Like just shitty ice cream isn't really that good. You know,
Right.
even
But
if it's served to you like that, it's really not that good. It's bad. And people need to think about that. You know, I think this record has a lot of that. Just stuff that we kind of really didn't think about, but obviously we're living in it right now. So it's like somehow subconsciously coming out little by little. You know,
I
so it's
mean, and
weird.
you guys are in the Midwest,
Yeah,
Nebraska.
and we're
It,
just seeing everything happen from here. So it's kind of
yeah.
like I went to we did like a tour in June, and we were like in the West Coast, right in the middle of like the raids when they started in California, and we saw one happening at my parents. Like near my parents' house, at like midnight at night, and it was kind of gnarly. It was like, whoa, that's crazy.
And you guys
Like
are gonna go to Chicago, which it's
it's
really
crazy
crazy
right now.
right
I
now.
know. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. That's kind of why the shows in Portland and Seattle didn't happen because it was right in the time when it started getting crazy
Mhm.
there too, and it was just kind of like, oh man, and yeah, but you're white, and just
So,
there's
but
a
in
lot
a
of crazy
sense,
stuff.
it's also kind of like making some sort of a negative impact on you guys, regardless of the color of the skin,
Yeah,
right?
Mark. Yeah, totally for sure.
It's what matters is what's within, and 100% Mexican.
Sure, sure, I can see it. I can definitely see it.
I like how you said Mexican, but like in Italian. He's like Mexican. He's like, yeah, Mexican. Yeah, no, no, it's weird. It's just weird because there's all this stuff going on that, like for me at least, like because the band sometimes it's not all the same the band that travels. It's like different people. So it's kind of
Put the
like
mic near your.
so like in this band it's not the same people that travel. It's always like different people, and like so I've been kind of thinking about more of that stuff, like traveling, just because of the whole situation, everything that's going on, and like just like I would hate to get somebody in trouble for nothing just because they were being like an innocent bystander. I'd hate for me to be in trouble for nothing just because I was an innocent bystander. Like if I was doing something, then cool, but so it's kind of making it not tough because we're still traveling, but it's making me just think a little bit of like, should we go do that? Maybe we shouldn't go play over there. Maybe we should just hang out for a little bit, or like, you know, like even right now that we gotta go to Mexico, it's just kind of like, all right. Like I've been flagged a few times this year, like coming back to the U.S. and like I don't have anything on my record, and I was born in the U.S. and then just recently starting like I think it was like March or April that we came back from Mexico City to Chicago. They started like sending me to second inspection, and they gave me like a Department of Homeland Security card. And then like it happened again this last time we went, and like it was a little crazier, and same thing. And it's just kind of like, just kind of like, oh, that's a little weird, and I just don't want to be kind of,
But
you know.
hopefully, I always say that musicians, they always have like this extra tool that like the regular humans don't have, which is your talent to create music and use music as therapy. Uh, and I think like the song Helado de Mierda, for some reason, it just made me like, it took me to there, and, to think about politics and all these situations. And I'm like, is Yayo like being super sarcastic, or like, because I mean,
Oh,
just the title of the song itself, and then I see you guys, playing with the poop right there. It's like having fun, but at the same time, it could be so meaningful. And I know that when you guys are on stage, sometimes like things just happen out of nowhere. Have you had like any situation when you're like, you know what, just gonna let it loose?
I think that happens all the time with us. You know, I feel we're just that type of band. Like as a cliche and cheesy it sounds, we're just like that. That's going back to like why does everybody have fun in this band? Because there's no rules. Like everybody can do what they want. You know, and just like all that stuff. I don't know. I think just subconsciously it is coming out one way or another because I think about it all the time. And I'm always seeing that shit on TV and on the news, and it's kind of fucked up. I talk to them all the time about stuff like that. So I mean, obviously, like we're not doing it on purpose because we're not that type of a band. We're not like raging against the machines.
Hmm.
We're like we're like raging against us. You know, we're rising against us, being avenged, being avengedly sevenfold, well threefold. But yeah, but I think I mean obviously like it's coming out somewhere somehow. Without us even knowing it. I mean just yeah, it's just little stuff. Like right now on all our amplifiers, we can signs up that say like "fuck ice," and we play shows like that all the time. You know, and
And
so I think it is coming out not because we want to, but it's just kind of like we kind of need to. You know, like we should be able to using that as our, like freedom of speech shit. We should be able to be saying whatever we want, without having the backlash or being tormented by people because they don't have our same views or whatever.
yeah, and I guess sometimes, artists, they have this platform to, this amplifier where whatever you're thinking or whatever your message is, you can, amplify it and send it to a lot
Yeah,
of people. But
what if like Time takes my picture and is like smartest man of the year, and then it's me in front with my fuck ice sticker on my guitar amp.
The episode will be called "Time's Up" because we all be screwed.
and well, changing the topic a little bit. Um, so Este Vacío, which I thought it was really deep, meaning titled, it's empty.
Empty.
It's
It's a
totally empty.
it's
But
an empty shell of my former self.
and the EP, how many songs? And because I kind of like looked at you guys were.
Did you buy it already?
I have not. So where should we get it? Should we get it on Bandcamp? Because
Buy it directly from our record label so they won't kick us off.
okay,
So
and
they could be like, oh yeah, they're selling music. Cool.
so
You know.
where can we buy it?
Millionstarsrecords.com. You can get it there. They actually have CDs there. They just put them up,
Okay.
like physical CDs, and then everything else like on all the streaming platforms on Bandcamp. I think the CDs should be out in stores. Yeah, it's millionstarsmerchtable.com .merchtable.com. It might be in stores. This one I'm not sure because they have a thing with Virgin International Records. So I know like we have a record coming out, an LP in February, and it's like a whole different 12 songs that we recorded. It's gonna be on vinyl, and that's gonna be on stores everywhere because of like Virgin. It's like they're going through Virgin International. So I think this EP should be as well, like in a month or so. But for now, it just came out like a few days ago. Like they put it like we didn't even know. We saw the thing on Instagram and we are like, oh, okay, cool, CDs. But it was like we knew they were making CDs, but we didn't know like when they were coming out. And then we just saw like an ad that was like merch store open now, and it was like, oh, our CDs. Okay, cool.
And when you guys go on tour, are you guys planning to have some merch and some CDs, some physical
Yeah,
copies?
I know. The EP came about really fast, so we're working on all that stuff. We just took some stickers out. We're gonna for these next few runs, we're gonna make like some bootleg T-shirts and patches, super, like DIY punk band.
DIY.
And then we should have some CDs. I have a meeting with them tomorrow, so I'm gonna talk to them about that because we should have CDs. And for sure, for like Los Angeles and Mexico, we're gonna take some stuff. And yeah, for that LP, we had already talked about like stuff like you get like a free T-shirt, like stickers and a patch with the purchase of a record and stuff like that. Just like that shit's expensive. I don't know why. I mean, I get it, but people, sometimes spitting out $40 for a record is kind of like, what am I gonna eat all week, or am I gonna buy a record?
Well, but also like if you go to any concert now,
Yeah,
a shirt is 40
crazy.
bucks. It's not
Yeah, that's
25
crazy.
anymore. It's 40
That's crazy.
bucks.
That is crazy. We just went to a concert last week, and the T-shirts were like they were like $45 a T-shirt. I
Hoodies,
get it.
90 bucks.
I get it, but
But you guys should.
this probably cost him like $2.
My wife bought me this shirt. It's very high quality, and it probably I don't
Probably,
know how much it costs.
she probably got it from secondhand store, from the clearance section.
Hey, recycling is caring about the environment. So
Don't tell him that, he's gonna believe it.
I'm very influenceable. I
but
also want to apologize for that bad Italian accent I did earlier.
no, I
Which one?
mean I get it. You're in the
You're like
Midwest.
Luigi right now when they zoom into your face.
I'm gonna apologize.
It's totally fine. But I just want to thank you for your time. And again, I hope now that you guys go on tour, you guys have a blast and you guys get to sell a lot of records and a lot of merch. Because
Yes, buy all our merch, please.
Porque pues una banda que hace todo DIY necesita también la feria, ¿no? Necesita comer, necesita
Oh
para el
yeah.
dinero para la gas. So, gente, si van a ver a las cruces, recuerden, lleven su dinero para comprar sus playeras, su música y pues para seguir apoyando, ¿no?
Yes. O sea, bajen todos los discos, todos los sencillos. Estos tres nuevos que acaban de salir, el Gran Reinado, el lado de mierda, una mano en el que las pidan, en sus whatever radio stations you have nearby, college radio, just ask for the songs. Look for us on our social medias, que es Las Cruces Music, our website, lascrucesmusic.com. Instagram y Facebook es Las Cruces con CRUXES. Y ahí van saliendo todas las fechas. Empezando desde el lunes ya vamos a empezar a subir las fechas que vienen siguiendo del 21 en adelante. Así que todo está como a 2 semanas antes, pero nada más sigan metiéndose a las plataformas, a Instagram, a Facebook, y ahí sale todo.
Ok, ¿algo más que quieras agregar, Yayo? Anything else you guys wanted to add, Mark and Dylan?
Que la gente vaya a los toquines y que apoye a todas las bandas, ¿no? La que sea, no, uno nunca sabe, pues la banda, o sea, todas esas bandas que vienen ahorita tocando, que en el Dodger Stadium, que en el Foro Sol, el Palacio, empezaron en algún lado, ¿no? Vayan a apoyarlas porque uno nunca sabe, o sea, hay muchos chavos con un chingo de talento muy cabrón, y compren sus playeras.
Of
No,
course.
I just want to say that people need music and alguien lo tiene que hacer.
That is true. That is true,
So
Mark.
it's us.
Dylan, anything else you would like to add?
Oh, no, I don't know. No, but yeah, buy the record.
Good, good. Okay, that's great. Well, I think it's dinner time for Yayo. Oh, that's helado. What flavor is it?
That's the good ice cream. It's not shitty flavored.
There it is.
That's
There it is.
that's a real ice cream. Bueno, gente, ellos son las cruces directamente desde el Midwest, desde Omaha, Nebraska. Y bueno, ¿dónde los vamos a tener? Pues aquí en rockeros.net, frecuencias alteradas. Y recuerden, siguen apoyando a las bandas locales, a las bandas emergentes, a las bandas independientes como las cruces. Vayan a comprar su música en Bandcamp y también vayan a sus páginas, sus perfiles por si quieren comprar merch. Can they get merch from you guys directly from your
Yes,
Instagram or Facebook or
yes,
whatever?
Instagram, everything. And if they don't got $12 to buy the records, just send them a message and we'll send you the record for free. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
If you want to
Bueno,
buy it
pues
though, it's millionstars.merchtable.com if you want to buy it.
millionstarsrecord.com. Así que bueno, ahí está toda la información, gente. Siguen apoyando a la banda y bueno, nos despedimos. Estos son las cruces.